George Joseph Smuin, age 18, son of Bishop George Smuin of Lynn, while in bathing in Ogden River yesterday afternoon, was suddenly seized with cramps and before aid could reach him, sunk to the bottom and was drowned. The good people of Lynn celebrated the glorious Fourth in many different ways, but the most popular enjoyment was a driving tour through Ogden Canyon. By dawn the road leading to the canyon was lined with vehicles filled with merry crowds of young, middle-aged and old people, none of whom were more happy than a party of 16 young ladies and gentlemen, among whom were Ellen, Rose, Susie, and George Smuin, David Gaisford, Joseph Hutchins, and Fred Romrell. Long before the noon hour, the proposed camping grounds, near Reary's Ranch, were reached, and the party divided up into small companies. Some fished while others stayed in camp and read or strolled away as is the custom among young people on pleasure bent. About 8 o'clock nearly all of the picnickers were gathered around the camp when someone proposed taking a swim in the river. As a large number of bathers had been observed during the day at different points on the river, no one thought of the danger attending such action, and the move was heartily seconded by the gentlemen. Inasmuch as no bathing suits had been taken on the trip, those who desire a bath were in a quandary where to obtain something which would answer the purpose. Suddenly a brilliant idea entered the head of young Smuin, and he straightway proceeded to put it into execution. Taking a large burlap sack, he cut a place for his head and arms, and retiring to an improvised bathhouse he slipped on the bathing suit, saying as he did so that as there was only one suit to be divided among so many they must take turns, and he would be the first to try it. The water where the young man entered was very deep but so clear that in most places the bottom could be seen. Smuin stuck out boldly and seemed to enjoy himself after the first chill, but suddenly he was seized with cramps and after giving utterance to several cries for help, he sank to the bottom. Hutchins and Romrell sprang into the water to aid their comrade, but the intense, icy cold gave them the cramps and they returned to the river bank with much difficulty. What makes the death seem more shocking was that it was witnessed by the boy's 3 sisters and many of his old playmates and associates, who were powerless to aid, and could only stand by and see him meet his fate. It was indeed a sad party returning home. Immediately the Lynn ward organized several searching parties, and last night men in boats dragged the river. 2 o'clock this morning the searchers reached Lynn with the body which had been found lodged among the willows. The members of the bereaved family are heartbroken, and the father refuses to be comforted. Undertaker Larkin immediately went out and took charge of the body.